a little more than 2 years ago, after I had COVID and went to the hospital in June of 2022, I was happy to find that COVID had released its grip on the Southwest Portland Gabriel Park Community Center and its swimming pool, and that water aerobics classes were back in full swing. And I started going 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m., and I have religiously locked onto that. I find that even on Sunday, when it's 2 days without those exercises, that I can feel a difference. And gradually, my back has gotten stronger and less spasmy. Not long before I started doing water aerobics, I spent, I think it was 6 or 7 days sitting at the dining room table, leaning slightly forward like this, going through my papers that I'd accumulated in a lifetime. And that sitting like this in the same position constantly for several days, or maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, caused my back to lock up and spasm. And when I would get up in the morning, it would spasm so hard that I had to fight not to cry out in pain. And I'm pretty tough about pain. But when I started doing that water, which I knew from my mother it had saved her from back pain, it began to help. And gradually, now I rejoice every morning when I get up and it does not lock up. But I started out talking about my support group, and I've verged off onto the wonders of water aerobics for back problems. So let me start over, and I'll do 2 tapes instead of 1. I'll do 2 videos instead of 1. Let's start out with the video about water aerobics curing back pain, we'll call it. When I went to live with my mother in 2007, and I stayed there with her for 3 years, I found, talking with her, that she had discovered that water aerobics had cured her of back pain that had been bothering her for a few years. She told me that basically in the winter she would just sit and she had sciatic pain going down her leg, and she thought she had something wrong with her knee. She would soak her knee and sit on the couch and try and rest it. But finally she went to see a neurosurgeon about her back pain, and he told her what sciatica was, an irritation of nerves when they erupt out of your spinal cord, and that then causes pain down your leg. So as she walked out the door, he told her that she was too old to have surgery on her back, he thought, and on the way out the door he said, some of my patients have gotten help from water aerobics. And so she went and tried it, and very soon, like within 2 weeks, her pain was gone. And so in 2022, 2 years ago, I had sat working on sorting through my life's accumulation of papers, newspaper clippings, etc. After about 7 days of that, sitting forward in the same position, concentrating, I had back spasms that you wouldn't believe. A couple of years later, we did an x-ray, and it showed that I had my intervertebral discs in L4, L5 were just worn out. They were tatters. And so I went and did water aerobics, and gradually it's done away with that back pain. This is without pain medication. This is without chiropractic. certainly without what they call sometimes laminectomy, cutting out or at least trimming your shock absorbers between your vertebrae, which I knew a lot about from my work with people with workers' comp back injuries. But it worked. Water aerobics really worked. And I rejoice when I wake up in the morning now and I get up and it doesn't hurt. And I'm so happy and so grateful for water aerobics. Now we'll do one on my support group at Water Aerobics. I've been going now for about 25 months to the Southwest Portland Community Center at Gabriel Park, like Gabriel Blow Your Horn, and there's around 40 or 50 people that come there and do exercises 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. There are others that come 3 times a week at 10 in the morning. But what I've slowly noticed, and I sort of expected it, but not as much, how we bond with each other. And so we get in the water and we start bobbing about and smiling at each other. Good morning. And if somebody has been gone a couple days or weeks, we bob over to them and say, well, I missed you. And, oh, well, I traveled or something. But a lot of it is just friendly and light. Some of it's somewhat heavy. 2 days ago, I was told by 2 of my very favorite water aerobics friends that one of them, her daughter, had just learned that she has a serious, severe breast cancer. And the other one told me her 69-year-old son has had a major stroke and is in the hospital and can't speak. That was a couple whacks on the same day. And gradually you get to know the medical challenges that your water aerobics friends have. There's a woman there who used to clean the house across the street from us, and she's had a radical mastectomy, and I have a nagging concern that it will come back, which breast cancers frequently do. But we bond with each other, and we smile at each other, and we feel each other's presence. Some of us get out after the hour class and go over to the hot tub and spend another 10 or 15 minutes there with heat and with the water churning. But the closeness is amazing, and it's so supportive. It feels so good to know that you have these friends. They're not people I have lunch with or get together with outside of the water classes. A couple of them I do, but for most part, it's just in the pool. And that's nice in a way because there's no complications. There's no, oh, did I should I be calling this person, and when are we going to get together? Are they upset about this or that? It's just the friendship there in the pool, and it's intense, and it's wonderful, and it's life-sustaining, and I'm so grateful for it. End of water aerobics.